Hey guys, how are ya? Hipster stack versus the web stack. I wish I would have coined this, but this guy here, what's his name? I think is Tech Arachnid on YouTube left a great comment with regards to the web stack. And he said, I can totally agree. I chose to learn the hipster stack and now passing by on so many PHP SQL jobs in the freelancer world. WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, and Laravel are all powered by PHP, and plenty of jobs out there choosing that route instead. So thanks for the great comment. Just reaffirming what I've been saying for the longest time now. So when you are a developer or an aspiring developer, you have to consider not just the merits of the technology. Now, Node.js has some amazing things about it, and Postgre has some amazing things about it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can look at any particular technology and you're going to find really good things about the technology. But what you ought to do is not just look at it from the point of view as a nerd in terms of the technology. You should look at it from the point of view of both the technology's merits relative to the job and also the market out there for the particular tech that you might be jumping into. So as this guy pointed out, yes, he was studied the hipster stack as he called it, but he found that all the jobs are in PHP, Joomla, Drupal, WordPress, Laravel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What you're going to find, and I've been doing this for over 2 decades now, what you're going to find is that all the modern programming languages have their pros and their cons. All the modern frameworks, libraries, etc. have their pros and their cons. And the fact of the matter is, yes, Node.js, as an example, is very high performant and fast in very particular applications relative to PHP. And it could blow the doors off of PHP in certain areas. But in other aspects, PHP is much better than Node. So it always comes down to the type of job that you're going to be doing, the type of work that you're going to be doing when you choose your technology. Try to keep that in mind. But more importantly, try to keep in mind what the market is like out there. It's no point learning the latest cutting-edge hipster language if there's no jobs. I'm assuming that most of you are interested in coding and programming because you want to make money. You want a career out of it. And that's what I try to bring to YouTube here is the perspective from somebody who was entrepreneur first, software developer second. So I've been an entrepreneur for 28 years, software developer, started writing code 23 years ago, something like that. And I've always looked at programming languages and frameworks and all these tools within IT as tools to help me get the job done. At the end of the day, all these apps and these web apps, all this software, all these programs are there to facilitate some sort of process, whether it be a business process, whether it be just something for the average Joe at home. Keep that in mind. It's all about productivity at the end of the day. And whether your app is written in PHP Laravel or Node.js or Python Django or Java Spring, et cetera, people using your app are not going to care. They're not going to care as long as it works. And you can produce great apps in any of these technologies. So just be careful. When the hipster nerds who have very little real-world experience are telling you how great a particular technology is because of some technical issue, cool, but look at the job opportunities as well. Now, if you are an academic programmer, somebody who's just interested in this stuff or you're interested in doing this stuff because it's a hobby for you, and I totally get that. I was there a long time ago and I still have an interest today. Perhaps you could figure out where the jobs are. So very likely it could be PHP Laravel or PHP WordPress or PHP with CMSs. And that's how you make your money. And then on the side, you can learn Kotlin if you're interested in that, or maybe do some Node if you're interested in that, et cetera, et cetera. So again, keep in mind the real world application of all these programming languages and frameworks consider what the job prospects are in terms of going to work for somebody or becoming a freelancer. I'm going to be really pushing more into that whole aspect of the freelancing aspect of coding and development and the job market as well, but really always trying to relate back to that, because there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube that once you know your basics, once you know your core and the fundamentals, you can go do a walkthrough on Laravel. You can go easily do a walkthrough on Node. You could do a walkthrough on React, etc. Those are plenty out there. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to fill in the gaps. I'm trying to bring in that real world perspective that only a couple of decades of programming experience can teach you, and nearly 3 decades now of business experience can teach you. So I try to bring that together in this channel. Anyway, keep in mind when you're considering hipster stack, the hipster stack or a hipster stack versus productive web stack. All right, bye-bye.